What it do, world? It's your mind's another toothless wonder. Back with another video. While I'm waiting to get my tires rotated. You know what I'm saying? I come through with a little content. I try to be introspective with a little comedy. You know what I'm saying? I try to, be the social observationist, right? But I don't know, maybe all this like isolation, I just be coming up with these epiphanies. And sometimes, sitting here getting my tires rotated, then I'll be like, yo, man, Babylon has just really punished us into the earth, yo. Like, it's just sad to see. Again, I see why Jeremiah wept when his people were carried off into captivity, yo. You know what I'm saying? Don't nothing make no sense, yo. Like, it's just so like paradoxical, right? I was just thinking about, I just be coming up with random thoughts, right? So here we're tripping, right? So I talked about on here the Mom's Mabley woman who was at my old job. She about 60. I guess she about 60 years old. I call her Eartha Kittnam. You know what I'm saying? And I was just thinking about how, as a people, as a grouping of families, for the most part, we just punished into the earth, for lack of a better term. And I don't think it ain't no coming back. It ain't no re-education on this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was thinking about the time. Now, Mom's Mabley, right? Now, I start, conversing with various coworkers. I find people interested, even though I'm really fooling them in my personal life. And, what I mean? I like to shuck and jive at work, make the time go past, right? So, we converse with Mom's Mabley and whatnot. So, what I started doing, like, I bring home cooked meals to work. So everybody smelled it, the aroma, you know what I'm saying, of my supper that I brought in for lunch, right? So then oh, you should bring me something, da da da. So I'm like, no. But then I thought about just trying to raise the environment, just trying to put a smile on everybody's face. So what I end up doing, I'll pick one coworker out today, and whatever I brought in, I will bring them some, just to raise the morale, right? So it ended up being Mom's Mabley's birthday, right? So I get the word the day before. So I always give her a hard time, just joking, just kicking it, right? Because I used to ask her how to cook chitlin loaf. You know what I'm saying? Figuring she out that old school mob, right? See, I don't cook. I'm like, you don't cook nothing? She's like, nah, I don't cook. I'm like, and Mom's made like 60 years old. So I'm like, well, how do you survive if you don't cook? She's like, oh, my brother cooked for me. So I said, you don't not cook nothing, yo. I'm blown away. You almost 70 years old and you don't not cook nothing, yo. Nope. I said, cook, God of mercy. And how you gonna teach the young flocker how to just have domestic skills? You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't have no kids. Oh, okay. But still, God darn, Miles, man. You 60 years old and can't do something fundamental or refuse to do it. But yet and still, you're too bougie to cook because that's beneath you. But you'll suck on and look at men's dinglings when you do the UAs. That's what I'm talking about, yo. We're in this space now. You know what I mean? Like the elder board members are going on to glory prayerfully. And now you got 40, 45, 50-year-old grandmothers who in the club competing for the same dudes as their daughter best friend. But she got about 20, 30 years more experience with fellatio. Yeah, man, come on, cuz. It's crazy. So look, right, it was Mom's Mabley's birthday, right? So this particular day, I tried cooking some lamb chops, right? I not follow a recipe, right? I do my thing on the ones and twos. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead, I do give her a hard time. Let me go ahead and bless Mom's Mabley's, right? So I come in the joint, get the shucking, she in the medical office, get the shucking and job. She grab her forehead, eyes rolling back of the head. I say, ain't even that type of time, Miles, maybe. I said, I come bearing good tidings and gifts. What you got for me? I said, so I gave her a plate. I gave her a little card with my stick figure man that I draw on it since middle school and $1. Blessed her, right? So she opened the demonstration up, right? She sees the glory, right, of the lamb chopios and the slow tear came down that jump. Then she tried to, get tough again. I said, it's all right, I mean, I got love for you, Mom. Maybe bring it in. Boom, right? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm skipping off because I did my good deed for the day. You feel me? Right? So then, time passed on. Then, I guess the other coat, they see me give it. So where am I at? It's not your birthday. Then you can't even do good stuff for people because then other people feel entitled. Man, I think the whole time I was there feeding them folk, one white girl gave me a banana, yo. I said, what, this because I'm a monkey Negro? She's like, no, I'm not ready. I was like, no, I'm just messing with you. But still, you know what I'm saying? So then later on, she come out, and they kind of giving her, or like, oh, we heard Calvin gave you some lamb chop, da da da. She say, yeah, but they was a little tough down. I said, Miles Medley, no, you didn't. But tell them people how when you seen the glory of that there, you The slow tear cat, you won't tell him that part, but now you come out here and talk stuff. Well, get my lamb chop back. Can't. It's already in your stomach. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? How my mind say ungrateful. You just can't win with these folks. It almost, I mean, it's more humorous, but I just highlight that to just show you can't win dealing with black folk, yo. You know what I'm saying? Now I got my daughter a tutor, right? So, you try to establish and do business with black folk, right? Keep the black money circulating. But then black folk with the business just don't do right, yo, or the communication be all. So then you're almost forced to go fool with the white folk. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? So a couple weeks ago, something happened. What happened? I don't know, like I had paid in advance or something, right? But my daughter didn't attend. So then he's like, yeah, I'm reaching out to, and I don't really like talking on the phone like that. So so I get around the car and I had to pull over to the side of the road, hammer out the business, right? So I'm explaining to him like I already paid the week prior, but she didn't attend, so I'm actually up a week, right? Whatever, right? So he keep talking about money, and I don't like repeat myself, so I repeat it again, like, I already paid for the week, but she didn't attend, so I should be da da da. He was like, oh well, we can take credit of payment. I banged on it, man. I'm not, man. See this. So then later on, about 10 minutes later, he told me I think the phone call dropped. Yeah, it dropped because I dropped it. Oh, man. Now I'm ready to stop fooling with him. So I'm like, let me simmer down and stick to the script. It's about my daughter. So then we finally hammered that out. He's like, oh, okay. But I told you that 2, 3 times. You act like you keep, man. So then today, I guess, because the Thanksgiving holiday, if school's not in session, they not in session. All right, cool, boom, right. So I gave him the money. So then he texted me today, or he called me. I don't purposely don't answer. Text me or email me, and then I'll just type the answer, right? So then he talking about, yeah, we gotta get it figured out for the 18th and the 25th. He talking about money. I'm like, man, here we go. So I text him back. I say, bro, I paid for the 18th already. She didn't attend last week. So what is you talking about? I ain't heard nothing from the man since. Now I'm gonna keep trying to fool with him because I do. Now my daughter is making progress in the math. Praise the Most High, right? But I see me maybe because of my experiences here in Babylon, like my tolerance for time wasting and lack of communication when I'm speaking plainly is zero. It is actually probably -0. I hate when simple stuff become overly complicated for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to push forward and strive and do all that. But the fundamental stuff get all jacked up for some odd reason. Then you gotta go remind people. Not only do I gotta do my job, I gotta remind you to do yours. Man, man, wild out here, big. Then, so I went and called the other people uh, about the job I really want here in the town that got all the chaos going in it, right? So I reached back out to them, am I still in consideration? Woo, woo, woo. He say, we've only got one of your references back. I said, okay, cool. So now I reached back to the people who I put on the reference. Hey, check your email for your boy. You know what I'm saying? It's just little stupid stuff. But meanwhile, if my name or if my person is attached to anything, you can best believe and take to the bank whatever is responsibility on my end. You can make sure that got handled. You know what I'm saying? As I attempt to, which I've done, especially if you got like years of shucking and jiving, it takes time to build up a reputation positively, or people speak highly of your name or your work ethic or your character. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do it like that. Typically, like, you know what I'm saying, I had a 12 o'clock appointment here. I was here at 11 o'clock, just in case I get in early. Anytime I'm supposed to be somewhere, I'm there super early. First one show up, last one leave. But then, just fundamental stuff, you know what I'm saying? Little life lesson I've learned throughout my growth and development, like the original GDs, from Chicago. But it's hard when nobody else operates like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with these black business, like, you got the black restaurant. You know what I'm saying? The customer service is horrible. You know what I'm saying? The food, what is it, bad attitude. Here's what I'll be tripping off too, right? Now we'll talk about the talking point of like the bitter, quote unquote, black woman, right? But for all intents and purposes, how are you bitter and can't nobody call you on nothing? You can essentially do whatever you want. No one will hold you accountable. And if your negative consequences come, you can claim victim, and then everybody will rally to you. A lot of the consequences of your behavior, whether it be sexually otherwise or bad financial, decisions, can be either alleviated through, these various systems of, let's say, Planned Parenthood or social service. But somehow you bitter. Somehow you got a bad attitude, and you can do whatever the hell you want. How? I do understand how, because all the stuff you do isn't fulfilling to the soul that's been depleted. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of it's like crack. Yeah, it give you a good high, but then it's gone 5 seconds later. Now you're on chase mode, and then you end up, contributing to the same behaviors that lead to your depression. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the whole dating world, or whatever you want to call it. Like, whoever. Like, it can be male or female, and they'll tell you all, like, even me, I'll tell you all these wild situations I have with women. But then I'm always fooling with one. Why don't I heal first? That way I can make a better informed decision about who I allow myself to be attached to. No. They just house of pain, jump around person to person. That's crazy to me. Like I just like me personally. Even I had one season of horror manga that was short lived. I'm like, man, this ain't all it's cracked up to be. I quit, but I just never understood for the life of me. And I get sexual desire and all that. Trust and believe, but it never made any sense to me how you can just meet someone unless you drunk or something, not know who they are, have one conversation, and then all of a sudden y'all butt naked here. Just like the people at the job, yo. I was so, now I've heard talking points, you know what I'm saying, but I never experienced them real, like, with witchcraft and, you know what I'm saying, the Jezebel. I might see them, but I can tell. I ain't really around them like that, to see them on a consistent basis, like a social crocodile hunter. I was so blown away, like I said, Shawty being there talking about that they all got men, but then they be like, well, my dude do this, my dude do this, do that, or if a man want to get with me, he gotta have this and be this and be that, right? And then repeatedly sleep with dudes who just getting off drugs. You can't, like, communication person and all that. But I really don't like talking. Not so much that I'm antisocial. It's just I have so many experiences and examples of people talking one way and being nothing like what they talking about in action and behavior. So I'm not listening to nothing you said. I'm let what you do talk for you. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I've been around brothers, we on the set, drinking, smoking, kicking it, whatever, and everybody get all super macho masculine and all that. Then the situation happen, I don't see none of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would, but my kids and all that. You just told me you wouldn't let nobody disrespect you, yo. Or here, one of these situations where me and a brother chopping it up, and then he be like, oh, XYZ about another brother they got an issue with. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, or when I see him, woo, 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 right? Hey, cuz, there you go. Yeah. Huh? You just said, like my man DC Mo's like that. He always come to me complaining about some issue he got with the next man. See the next man? I was like, yo, cuz, there he is. Oh. Man, if you feel that way, there he is. Go say something to him. Why you keep telling me, yo, he right there, yo? It must not be that bad then. Man. It's almost like, I don't even know how to quantify it. It's almost like I'm losing. I feel like I'm in a different species to the, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand Negroes at all. Like I seen the brother, what's his name? Aquarius Wave, right? And he talked about how he lost his black card or he gave it away. Man, I've been throwing mine in the trash. I just keep it up depending on what type of Negro I'm around. I can, speak their language. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, from my experience, if you're dealing with niggas only understand nigga shit. So I might have to get a little niggerish for you to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's typically been my experience. Okay, we got a disagreement or whatever. And my initial joint, I politic with you intellectually. Well, explain to me what I did, bro, that caused you to feel woo-woo. They don't ask for none of that. They just go straight rah-rah mode. So they want to rah-rah back. You You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, man. But see, when you try to do it amicably, it's like they take you for soft. Then when you go above and beyond the call of duty, they're like, oh, man, you crazy. Man, go ahead, bro. Let me get back to cool. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I definitely enjoy just, excuse me, I definitely enjoy just solitude. Like, I was thinking about this too. I just be sharing my thoughts on here. You know how like you got the brother in the war and he fighting in this whatever it is, right? You ever notice they don't really start like exhibiting like behavior, like negative behavioral kind of whatever until they leave the war and then they're by themselves and then they start remembering all the stuff. I think it's the same thing here. Like I'm pretty good with, navigating the social terrain, right? But sometimes I think, let's say hypothetically, if I was to get to, I don't know, South America and I escaped Babylon and I got my finances and, everything in place, I'll probably break down and cry, Joe. When you can finally take your armor off and exhale and just break down. God darn, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Then you start, survivor's remorse kick in. You think about the homies who still, stuck behind enemy lines and, you kind of feel a certain level of guilt. Granted, you can lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink though. But just thinking like, man, sometimes, you get, but then it's almost like, and that's why it's hard that, as they say, everybody can't go. Because ultimately, you want to have these experiences you can share. Like, your grandfather, his main man, homeboy, Mr. Thaddeus. They got life experiences together, them going through stuff, triumphs, failures, whatever, whatever. A lot of times it seems like when you're the Negro and you get to the proverbial promised land, you lucky if you make it there by yourself. Another classmate of mine was just chopping it up. And we used to have an issue back in the day. But when we see each other, we ain't even bring it up or whatever. Granted, it's been over 20 years ago. We were down there in high school, you know what I'm saying? But we started talking about all the homies we done lost. And we from a small town to the prison system, to, addiction and ODing. We've had quite a few homeboys, unalive themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, and you can just roll. Like, it one of them, like, respect, because we still here, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just kind of leave it on that note. Whatever you're going through, just remember, hey, you're still in the fight. So if you're still in the fight, you got a fighting chance. And on that note, I'm going to holler at y'all. Ooh, ah!